And black people can't afford to indulge rich white people's need to endlessly flagellate themselves. They just want prices to go down and good jobs and the police when you call them.
Well, if he's right, then why didn't people vote for the former prosecutor who actually had policy plans to help the working class?
Stop saying that Whoopi Goldberg getting yanked from The View right after she attacked me on The View is karma. There's no such thing as karma, sorry. Sorry, but life is random. The only word to describe it when a big game hunter gets trampled by an elephant and then eaten by lions is hilarious.
Many everyday citizens cannot afford to focus on symbolic debates or repeated public self-criticism by wealthy social groups. Their priorities are far more practical and immediate. People want prices to come down, steady jobs to support their families, and dependable public safety when they ask for help. These concerns shape daily life far more than political gestures or public apologies. If this viewpoint is truly correct, it leads to a logical question worth asking. Why did voters choose not to support a former legal professional who openly presented policy proposals designed to support working families? Her plans addressed wages, employment, and economic stability. This shows that voting decisions are often influenced by trust, communication, and broader public sentiment, not policies alone. There has also been talk that a well-known television host losing a position shortly after criticizing me was some form of cosmic justice. That interpretation is misleading. Events in media and public life usually follow professional or corporate decisions. Linking them to fate or punishment oversimplifies how these outcomes actually occur. The truth is, life does not follow a moral scoreboard. Things happen unexpectedly, without warning or hidden meaning. Chance, timing, and circumstance play a much larger role than people like to admit. Believing everything has a deeper reason can be comforting, but it is often inaccurate. Sometimes events in the natural world unfold in shocking and ironic ways. These moments can seem unbelievable or startling to witness. They serve as reminders that nature operates independently of human expectations. Such incidents are not lessons or judgments, just unpredictable realities of the world we live in.
To get past this endless, unforgiving, zero-tolerance mindset bent on punishing and disappearing anyone caught saying the wrong thing. The right response to speech you don't like is more speech.
We need to move beyond this harsh, unforgiving culture where one mistake or poorly chosen phrase leads to public punishment or removal. Silencing people does not improve dialogue or understanding. The proper response to speech you disagree with is thoughtful discussion, not outrage. Open conversation allows society to grow, while fear only shuts voices down. A well-known television personality has now stepped into the spotlight after stirring strong reactions. By speaking out, she has invited intense public scrutiny and criticism. The response has been firm and uncomfortable, showing that public debate can quickly turn serious. These moments remind us how quickly media discussions can escalate. Viewers may remember a recent segment where a popular talk show guest strongly challenged another host for misrepresenting his comments. That exchange went viral and drew widespread attention. At the time, it appeared that the show's panel accepted the outcome quietly. However, it's now clear that tensions continued behind the scenes. This time, the response has come directly from one of the show's most recognizable figures. She appears determined to address the situation head-on and defend her team. The tone has been assertive and emotional, signaling that the discussion is far from over. Media disputes like this often reflect deeper disagreements about values and accountability. The situation unfolded with intensity, capturing public attention almost instantly. The exchange felt dramatic and unexpected, drawing comparisons to unscripted television moments. Whether planned or spontaneous, it has reignited debate around free expression, responsibility, and how disagreements are handled in the public eye.
People can't afford to indulge rich white people's need to endlessly flagellate themselves. They just want prices to go down and good jobs and the police when you call them.
Well, if he's right, then why didn't people vote for the former prosecutor who actually had policy plans to help the working class?
This situation follows a familiar pattern from a well-known television personality. relying on widely used cultural talking points when a discussion starts to lose focus. Instead of addressing the original argument directly, the conversation shifts toward broad accusations and side issues. This approach often distracts from the real topic, rather than clarifying it. Viewers are left with more noise than answers. The original point being made was straightforward and easy to understand. It focused on everyday concerns such as better job opportunities, a stronger economy, and fair, responsible public safety. These are practical issues that affect daily life for many families. The message did not rely on political labels or complex theories. However, the response moved in a different direction altogether. Attention shifted to past elections and a former legal official who claimed to support working people. That argument did not directly address the concerns being discussed. As a result, the connection felt unclear and confusing to many watching. When arguments fail to line up logically, audiences notice. The discussion appeared scattered, lacking a clear link between the question and the response. Instead of strengthening the case, the detour weakened it. Logical consistency matters, especially in public debates. The original speaker did not ignore the mismatch. He responded firmly, keeping the focus on the core issue rather than allowing the conversation to drift further. His reaction reinforced the importance of staying on topic and addressing real-world concerns directly. In televised discussions, clarity often speaks louder than emotion.
Statues of Lincoln and get rid of the police. Just, no. It's not that I've gotten old, it's that your ideas are stupid.
Criticism is valid because, Democrats stand on this moral high ground all the time and, they act so self-righteous. The reality is he didn't have to say anything in regards to, whether or not, his son wanted to be pardoned. He could have said, hey, man, I'm not focused on that right now.
Bill Maher spoke very directly, making it clear that he found the argument presented to be confusing and poorly structured. He suggested that this type of reasoning has become common on the program in question. His remarks reflected a broader criticism of how discussions there often drift away from clear logic. According to him, important topics deserve more thoughtful treatment. Over time, the show has developed a reputation for being difficult to watch, yet strangely attention-grabbing. Viewers often tune in knowing the conversation may become chaotic. Controversy has become part of its identity, even when clarity and balance are missing.
I'm going to stop you for a second.
Uh-oh.
Only because you don't know that it was a lie. We don't know why he changed
You really think he just changed his mind over Thanksgiving weekend all of a
No,
sudden?
I'm going to tell you what I think.
Okay.
Yeah. I think he changed his mind because he got sick of watching everybody else get...
It's founded on the principle that there are no kings in America. Each of us is equal before the law. No one is above the law.
I'm just going to follow the straight and narrow always, because that's what's expected of Democrats.
But that's their fault. They're the ones that
They're
the ones that go out there and they stand on this moral high ground.
Listen,
they don't have to.
We love to speak truth to power, and we always should, but you have completely lost the ability to speak truth to bullshit. Is it appropriate to bury the Hunter Biden?
You're talking about the press doing that?
He's saying that's what they did, and that is what they did. They buried the Hunter Biden story before the election because they were like, we can't risk having the election thrown to Trump. We'll tell them after the election.
And we know for a fact that that's what they did?
Of course. You don't
but
follow
I mean,
this.
saying you know for a fact that that's what they did? I don't know what they did.
I know, because you only watch MSNBC.
No, that's not true.
If any matters of politics or what's right or wrong, the one thing I know for sure about America is this. It's run by mean girls. Mean girls in the press and in politics and in life. And when they smell blood in the water, the lust to finish off a vulnerable person will never be denied. Democrats run for office as if the voters don't live here, as if they don't go to the grocery store and Starbucks and the office, but they do. But a poll last year asked, if America is the greatest country in the world, more blacks and Hispanic Americans agreed with that than the white progressives. It asked if racism is built into our society. White progressives agreed with that at higher levels than black and Hispanic people. It asked if government should increase border security. Same result. Hispanic Americans are less okay with illegal immigration than whitey. And black people can't afford to indulge rich white people's need to endlessly flagellate themselves. They just want prices to go down and good jobs and the police when you call them. Black people, they're just like us. Coalition of Trump voters, people who really like him, they certainly are those, and then there's people who don't necessarily like him that much, but they still think he's less crazy than stuff that strikes them as aggressively anti-common sense. Stop saying that Whoopi Goldberg getting yanked from The View right after she attacked me on The View is karma. There's no such thing as karma, sorry. Sorry, but life is random. The only word to describe it when a big game hunter gets trampled by an elephant and then eaten by lions is hilarious.